Welcome to Mr. Fritsch Fine Art. Today I'm going to be showing you some very simple watercolor resist techniques. As long as you have some watercolors and maybe some oil pastels or even crayons will work well, you're all set to make some art. I'm going to start my demonstration by just doing some simple lines and patterns. I'll try a couple colors. So, like I said, oil pastels work the best. However, crayons will work if you don't have oil pastels. It's a pretty fun and exciting technique for younger children because it's always a surprise to them when the oil pastel shows after you paint over it. I've prepared a couple of basic line designs that I'm going to show you. This is a really nice lesson for younger children. The work of Brice Marden has always inspired me, and I tend to use a lot of his style in my classroom. This little example is inspired by some of his work. I'm going to use the watercolor resist technique. I prepared this with oil pastel, and I'm just simply going to put some watercolor over top. Again, this is a very simple lesson for younger children. They don't have to worry about what they're drawing. They can keep it abstract, and they don't get nervous about making all of their lines perfect. This is purely just for fun and experimenting. You don't need a lot of supplies for this lesson. It's very calming and relaxed. One of the keys to this is to not go over the lines too many times. The more you go over the lines that you've drawn, it will actually start to wear them off. This is especially true if you use crayons. Oil pastel tends to stay on the paper a little bit better. You'll notice if you do this technique with crayon that sometimes the paint will actually cover up the crayon. You can avoid that by making sure that you press really hard with the crayon or oil pastel, and making sure that you use plenty of water with your watercolor. If you don't use enough water, you'll notice that the paint will cover the lines completely up. Again, this is a very simple technique you can do at home without a whole lot of mess or fuss. You don't have to buy too many supplies. And it turns out kind of fun. Thank you for joining.